The internet is also freaking out that a black man might play Professor Severus Snape in the new Harry Potter series on HBO. Do not worry, the podcast. Noor, what's your relationship with Harry Potter? Did you watch the movies? Did you read the books? Are you a fan at all of the franchise?
I haven't read the books. I am a fan of the movies. I love them very much.
You love the movies? Okay, great.
Grew up watching them.
What do you think of Severus Snape as a character?
I don't know, the iconic Harry Potter character.
Iconic, huh? Well, are you ready?
To say the least.
Are you ready for a Black Snape? Are you ready for Black Snape? Because Black Snape is coming, according to the Hollywood Reporter. Let me get this actor's name. I don't. Papa Essiedu is eyed to play Severus Snape in HBO's upcoming Harry Potter TV show. So, as a lot of you guys know, HBO is remaking the Harry Potter novels, but not into movies, but into a series where every book is going to be one full season. So, I'm guessing there's going to be 7 seasons, one for each book. And they're currently underway. They're casting, you know what I mean? They're scouring the world for the next Harry, Ron, and Hermione. And they've apparently found their next Professor Snape. Now, before we get into Snape, they've already announced a couple of castings, or they're eyeing a lot of other actors. So, for example, as Hagrid, they're eyeing Brett Goldstein, who plays Roy Kent.
Roy Kent.
And what is it called?
Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso. I mean, I don't see how this is a good fit, but I mean, okay, this dude.
Of course, he's gonna have makeup and stuff.
Definitely.
Yeah.
For Dumbledore, they're eyeing 2 actors, Mark Rylance, who's on the right, or Mark Strong. So these 2 actors are being considered. I kind of see Mark Rylance being a good Dumbledore. I don't see Mark Strong being a good Dumbledore.
He looks like a Voldemort.
Yeah, Mark Strong is way more villain looking. So, I mean, I don't know. But, I mean, they're eyeing those. But, I mean, very talented actors. And I saw this rumor. I'm not sure how true this is, but they're eyeing Rachel Weisz to play Professor McGonagall. That was played by the late Maggie. A lot of these actors are dead, by the way. So Maggie Smith, who played Professor McGonagall, is dead. The Hagrid actor is dead. The first Dumbledore actor is dead. The Snape actor is dead. Alan Rickman. So a lot of these actors are dead. So, I mean, hey. Now, fan casting. Everyone has been wanting Adam Driver to play Snape just because he's got the hair. I mean, he looks like a Snape. You know what I mean? But, I mean, I think there's more to the character than just looking like someone. But now, obviously, as we know, as we all expected, the internet lost their minds when they announced that Snape might become black. So here's just a few comments reacting to the casting. Ash says, I'm so confused. Why ignore the book's description of the character? Shiven says, I'm okay with the old movies. Not going to watch this. X Smile says, why don't people create something for the inclusivity and let the original stuff as they are? Why make a statement from something that's not true? Be creative and respectful of the storybook. I swear if they screw this as Disney did with Little Mermaid, ... Why? This is a man, by the way. Looks like he's like 25. How into the Little Mermaid are you?
So disappointed in the
Little Mermaid was not made for you, bro. Yeah. Levi says, literally goes against everything described of Snape in the books. Owo says, huge mistake. Draven says, so they're going to make the black guy look like a bad guy for 5 seasons? Really?
That's such a weird take.
I know, right? Here we have Isaac. Isaac says, what the fuck? Kumibai says, no. Here we have diversity. Johnny says, what the fuck? Page 152 says, Jocelyn says, well, I was looking forward to it. Not anymore. Chi says, there's nobody being racist about this. We just want the right actor for this. And Papa Iseju isn't the right one. BP says, the TV adaptation of Harry Potter isn't likely to have much of an impact, either on ratings or on the culture. But blackwashing a white character isn't going to help matters. It sends a signal of poor quality and direction.
Blackwashing.
And Krista Gali says, Papa Isedu, I'm pretty sure you're an amazing actor. I say this as a minority and a diehard Potterhead with all respect. Please, for the love of God, just turn it down. We don't have to change every role to be diverse. You can make up a new wizard or do a different role with like prayer hands. Please. Make up a new wizard. And this was kind of funny to me. Someone was like, is Snape's race ever mentioned in the books? Just curious. And then this person, like just 2 minutes after their tweet, is like, yes, and JK did a sketch of him. Like right away, they have the sketch and everything. So let's talk about this. And I know this is a touchy subject because and I'm not saying that everyone is racist. If people are upset that Snape is going to be black, I don't think you're racist necessarily. So everybody just relax. Let's have a fun, nuanced conversation about this. And I'm going to give you guys my opinion, okay? I'll start with me. I'll walk on the grenade first, Noor. I understand why people are upset. Now, in my opinion, if a character's race or ethnicity doesn't play a major role on the character itself, if it doesn't have much of an impact on who the character is and what they do, you can swap the race. It's okay. Like, for example, Black Panther, the African king of an African nation, Wakanda, he's got to be black. The whole point of the character is him being an African king. It's an empowering character for African Americans. It's like this alternate history on Africa. So you can't make just a white panther. You change the whole nature of the character. The essence of the character is destroyed. James Bond, for example, is just a suave, womanizing secret agent, right? I mean, yeah, sure, he might be described in the books as being white, but at the end of the day, does being white really affect who James Bond is or what he does? No. He's a suave, womanizing agent. Has he been portrayed by only white people before? Yes. Will it be a little weird, or it'll take a little bit of an adjustment to see maybe an Asian man play James Bond? Maybe it'll take a couple of movies or a couple of minutes while watching the first movie, but eventually it's the essence of the character that takes over and that represents the character, not their race. So while Snape, yes, I'm sure J.K. Rowling did a sketch of him, and he was probably described in one of the books as being pale or something. But at the end of the day, Professor Snape being white has no bearing on the story whatsoever. It has no bearing on his character arc, nothing. He doesn't have a family that shows up from like Africa in season 3 or nothing. It doesn't change anything. The only thing that changes is the image of Snape that we have in our minds. And I understand that it could be weird. Like, for example, I grew up with the Harry Potter movies. I grew up with Alan Rickman as Professor Snape. And well, it's funny, like, I'm 34 years old now, but like when the first Harry Potter movie came out, I was about the age of Harry. Like, I was 11 when the first movie came out. I was like 12 or 13 when the second movie came out. I grew up with these characters. I grew up with these actors. So yes, to me, Professor Snape is Alan Rickman. You know what I mean? And it's going to be weird seeing someone else play that role, whoever it is, white, Asian. But okay, being an African actor, maybe it's a small extra adjustment. The way I can describe it, and I don't know if this is going to make any sense, imagine having an uncle. Your uncle comes over every Christmas, every year for Christmas dinner, and your uncle looks a certain way. Well, what if one Christmas your uncle walks in and he's a black dude? I've never seen him before. Like, hey, are you my uncle? He'll be like, yeah, dude, just do a DNA test. I'll get like a little DNA swab, do it, checks out, it says you're my uncle. It'll take a couple of minutes for me to get adjusted. He's a black man, but then a few minutes in, I'll be like, fuck it, you're my uncle. Let's go, unc. Like, it doesn't matter what. I hope that makes sense. I don't know if that does that make any sense. Like, I'm just used to my uncle looking a certain way. If he shows up another day looking a little bit different, I might be a little thrown off at first. Like, hey, whoa, like you look a little different. But within a couple of minutes, I'm gonna be like, you're still my unc, bro. Doesn't matter what you look like. So as long as Papa Isaidu and the character, the way the character is written, is true to the essence of Snape in the books, it should be fine. You know what I mean? We're going to get a good Snape. We're going to get a great Snape. Now, are you racist if you're upset about this casting decision? I don't think so. Now, are there some obviously racist people out there? Of course, they're going to freak out. They freak out anytime there's a race swap or anything like that. So a minority of the people that are angry are probably definitely just straight up racist. They just don't like black people. They just don't like inclusivity, all of that sort of thing. But I think for fans of the movies that have grown up with Alan Rickman as Professor Snape, they have this very specific idea of what he should look like. So there maybe it's going to take them a little time to get used to it. But if you like refuse to watch the show just because he's black, I think you got some issues personally. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to act like I'm high and mighty and I'm better than everyone if I didn't get it. Like, I was kind of surprised at first too. I'm not gonna lie when I saw it. Ooh, black actor. Like, interesting choice. That's kind of surprising. I didn't think they would go that direction, but 2 minutes in, I'm like, okay, well, it doesn't matter. And I actually think it's better because Alan Rickman's performance as Snape is so iconic. Arguably the most iconic and most beloved performance in that whole franchise of movies. So by going in like an entirely different direction, by getting an actor that doesn't look like him, we don't have to compare the two. Because I think the first thing people are going to do, if you get an actor that kind of looks like Alan Rickman, you're just going to compare. And, oh, Alan did it better, or he did it better. Now, the performance can have a completely different flavor, a completely different take on Snape. That way, Alan Rickman's performance lives on forever, untouched, and Papa Isaidu's performance can live on and not have to be compared to Alan Rickman. You know what I mean? So I think in that case, it kind of helps. I'm not excited about the show in general. Like, I don't want to rewatch Harry Potter. I kind of grew out of Harry Potter. Ironic, I know when you see the stuff that's behind me, I haven't grown out of a lot of things. I still like comics and cartoons and games and all that sort of thing. But Harry Potter is not a franchise that like I still go back to or return to. I played the video game, like 14 hours of the game. Eli, thank you for lending me the game. I'm going to buy it off of you because I don't think I'm going to finish it anytime soon. But like, yeah, I played the game. I had some fun with like 14 hours. Then I stopped. So I'm not even excited for the series. But like for people who are excited, I'm curious to know what you guys think in the comments. But Noor, well,
you said everything.
Did I?
And I agree with everything you said. I mean, HBO already set themselves up for failure just by remaking the show. And it's a huge world with a huge fan base just by recreating it, you're already messing up because everyone's going to just compare.
Mm-hmm.
Or doing this to an iconic character. I mean, no. Yeah, I understand the surprise of the people, but like, yeah, if you're not going to watch it just because he's black, no,
Yeah.
you do have issues.
And I was thinking about it. I was trying to think, like, okay, are there any minority professors in Hogwarts? And I couldn't, like, I could think of just a couple of minority characters. Like, there was one of the black students, I forgot his name. It was in Gryffindor, Harry's black friend. And there was Cho, she was like Asian, Harry's girlfriend. There was an Indian girl.
I think there was a black professor, but it's not a prominent role.
Not a prominent role. So, I mean, the show does need to be updated a little bit. Like, it does need to add some representation and stuff. Like, I don't know. Like, you can't just have an all-white cast in 2024. And it's not like Harry Potter takes place in the 1800s or the time where there was slavery or something, for like a historical accuracy. No black people were allowed to be professors. Like, this is a fantastical world of magic and stuff, like where bushes fly. Like, it doesn't matter. You can have a black professor in 2024 in Hogwarts. Like, it's okay. This is not real. Even again, like when people are like, but Little Mermaid, you can't have mermaids are like a European lore. You can't have black mermaids. It's like, bro, who gives a shit? Okay, it's fine. J.K. Rowling drew a sketch of a white Snape. It's okay. Him being white has nothing to do with his personality. It's gonna be an adjustment. It's gonna be a change. He's not gonna look like Alan Rickman. But you know what? I still have my collection of Harry Potter movies on DVD. I can go and watch Alan Rickman be Snape anytime.
Whenever you miss him.
You know? Yeah, exactly. So. Don't freak out. It's going to be okay. I know people hate this, and I know people are the thing that Hollywood's always trying to like change races and stuff, but I think I'm surprised they did this for such a high-profile character. I thought if they were going to race swap, they would have picked like maybe like a secondary teacher. They went let's fucking do Snape, yo.
I mean, they can do Harry or Hermione or Ron.
We don't know.
That's for sure.
We don't know, but Black Harry? Is the world ready for Black Harry?
Would go batshit crazy.
People would burn down Warner Brothers, yeah. They'll go to Universal Studios and burn down the Harry Potter land, like right away if they make Harry black. Which is, hey, I'm all for Black Harry Potter. Let's fucking do it. Black Harry, Black Hermione, Black Ron. I'm in, yo. Black Dumbledore. Let's fucking change this shit up, dude. So, yeah. But let us know what you guys think in the comments. Are you going to be watching this HBO series? Yes or no? Do not worry. The podcast